Hi, Jonathan, back once again with you. Today we're at 15th of October, so day 45, sort of a month and a half into our 12-month journey to get to 240k. So, yeah, today what I'm going to talk about is a new split test on my landing page. If you remember in yesterday's video, I was talking about borrowing something from basically a 1927 ad by John Caples and actually sort of representing that, reimagining that, like in the context of my offer to give me something potentially interesting to split test. So I'm just going to run through that with you in just a moment. But before we do that, here's a quick catch up on yesterday. Yesterday we did see a bit of a recovery, which was good because we had seen a dip down to 566. Yesterday got up to $824 in sales with an ad spend of 339, giving us basically a $453 in ad spend. And could a calculator now, we've made us a $369 profit. So that's good. That's more in the range of really where we want to be. You know, my target is actually closer to sort of 500 to maintain the ratio of really of ad spend to profit, because I want to try and get to that number where basically for every dollar or pound I'm spending on ads, I'm getting two back in terms of sales. Okay, yes, and today let's do a quick update on where we're at right now. Okay, we're at $168. Bit worryingly low. We're at 11:30 in the morning, so yes, not too excited about the prospects for today, but let's see how things work out. Anyway, so back to the landing page. So this is the landing page I've been running, or the top piece of the landing page I've been running for quite some time now, at least a couple of months. It's got a fairly solid conversion rate of about 2.6, 2.7%. Always looking to try and get a few percent, not even a whole percent, I mean at 2.5%, if I get a 0.5% lift to 3%, it may sound a tiny amount, 0.5%, but actually that's effectively a 20% gain from 2.5% to 3%. So it does make a real significant difference as these small amounts, particularly at the top end of the funnel. So as I said, from reading this book, The Advertising Solution, brought my attention to an ad that I was aware of a few years ago, really, but never tried it and tested it out. So this is an ad that made John Caples, famous writer, back in 1927. I think this really sort of set his career off, which was a direct response newspaper ad. So it picks up on the very sort of similar idea, and we talked yesterday about the structure of it. So now it's me to sort of just reinterpret it really, and update it from the point of view of guitar players. So this is where I've come up with. So it's obviously just the start point of it. So now it starts off with my grandson laughed when I said I'd learn his favourite riffs. But when he heard me playing Back in Black, he came running. How a 67-year-old guy who'd lost his guitar mojo finally mastered 15 iconic riffs in just 3 weeks and discovered the pure joy of playing. So that's really the opener that I'm looking at, and then I'm just drafting through the rest of the copy and hope to get that set up as a split test. Like all these things, I've got no idea really whether it'll bomb or whether it'll do better, and that's the whole purpose of the split test, is to potentially test things where you just don't know. It's down to your audience to actually tell you whether that's working for them and working for that particular audience and demographic. Having got this older demographic, it's how much can we play into it. So it's far more of a personal story side of things rather than this is more broadly. So, the pre-header for this one is finally a guitar method designed for the over 50s. So this is more talking more broadly to my audience, how old guys are mastering their favorite guitar riffs and improving faster than teenagers. They've both got that curiosity sort of angle, but this one tries to play into a more personal story. And we'll see whether that's a story that actually resonates with my audience. So as I say, I'll be finishing off the copy on that. I'm really putting it together in exactly the same page look. So I'm not going to change any design elements or any colors or anything like that. So I'm purely looking to test the copy, because if I design the page to look very different, then I don't really know whether it's the page design or it's the copy that's actually making the difference. So we only look to change one thing. So it may well be for this split test, obviously I'm changing the copy side of things, and see how that runs over the next week or so. And then it may be whichever wins, I could then test it against itself, but a different design. Which is really just popped into my head as probably a very good idea and something I should have done anyway. But that's the plan right now. Meanwhile, the carousel ad is still in the early stages of split testing, so I'll come back to that. On my upsell split test, that's also sort of running, so we'll come on to that one also, but that probably more towards the end of the month. Okay, so that's all for today. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope my numbers improve a bit, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.